Royal Flair has come out with a new look Razor XT. The Razor, of course, one of Royal Flair's most popular off-road models. This is a 17-foot 6-inch model, and it's a bunk van. It's got an elevating bed. Look, it's full off-road, as you can see just by looking at it, quite frankly, and it's just got all the fruits. So I'm going to give you a bit of a tour around the van, and look, I think this is a good-looking beast. I mean, it's certainly substantial. Let's check it out. So starting here at the nose of the Caravan, this isn't a gasless van, obviously. We've got two 9-kilo gas cylinders here on the slide-out tray. So let's check out the kitchen. Look, we do need to plumb it up to a gas bayonet, which is just under the chassis there. It is permanently plumbed with the hot and cold water lines, which is an absolute bonus. This is a 3-burner gas cooktop. We have a sink there with hot and cold running water. Little slide-out tray here for a bit of extra workspace. But you know what? I'm actually not sure what this locker here is. Let's have a look. Okay, a little extra storage space too. There we go. We've got the fold-down picnic table. I've got some guests coming later, hence the wine. And here we have the entertainment locker, so you can watch the cricket when you're out under the awning. We've got a swivel arm, as well as your 12-volt point, 240-volt outlet and an antenna. Now, this Caravan comes with the Cowfish van tenna. It's an omnidirectional antenna, probably one of the best ones on the market, to be honest. So we've got the 240-volt outlet here as well as a 12-volt point, so that's useful in case you've got a TV. Look, it could be 12-volt, it could be 240-volt, doesn't matter, you're catered for. You know, what are these little 12-volt outlets here? And another 240-volt point. So you're pretty well covered. There's some USB points, actually. More storage space here, two separate lockers. This one works for your camp chairs. It's almost full width, not quite, because we've actually got the lithium batteries on the other side and they're kept separate in their own dedicated locker. And at the back of the van, you know, full firewood carrier, couple of jerry can holders, your LED spotlight, reversing camera, all that essential gear that you're probably going to find on most modern off-road vans. So that ticks a very important box. So on the offside at the rear of the van is where we've got all of our 12-volt gear. We've got two 200 amp hour lithium batteries here in this locker, while over here we've got all the Victron gear. It's the Micro Touch Plus 3000 watt package. It includes a 3000 watt inverter, a DC to DC charger. You've got your MPPT solar controller. You've got 3 200 watt solar panels on the roof. So we don't have the inverter here, obviously. That's going to be on the inside of the Caravan. But as we can see, a nice, neat presentation, exactly what we would expect to see from a company like Royal Flair that's been building Caravans for just decades. So I reckon we're off to a very, very good start. And one very small observation about this setup, you know, you might have seen on some off-road Caravans where you've got a vertical panel that almost takes up the entire side wall. The difficulty there can be reaching the catch at the very top. You'll need a broom handle or a step ladder. Here it's nice and accessible, a small point, but to me, worth pointing out. Okay, what else have we got? External shower, you know, a small feature, but always useful. That's going to be your cassette. And over here towards the front, more storage. I find this a little bit interesting, actually. Here, it looks like your conventional battery box, but instead what's behind here is the water pump. The idea being, put the water pump on the outside, makes the inside of the Caravan a little bit quieter. So we'll have a quick look. Just takes a little bit to undo the lugs, the nuts. And just while I'm undoing them, actually, have a look at this. You've got the spout for the grey water tank. It's a 50-litre grey water tank. It's behind a stone shield, another tick in this van's favour. And the water on this Caravan, you've got two 95-litre tanks and a separate 50-litre tank, as well as that 50-litre grey tank. As you can see, the water pump, and it's protected. And now to the A-frame, we've got this powder-coated aluminium storage box with a slide-out tray here on the offside. Now, My guess is this is intended for either general storage or perhaps a generator or a portable lithium battery. The reason I say that is because we don't have an Anderson plug or some other 12-volt connection, so probably not designed for a portable fridge, but it's always a good idea to have more storage. Provided, of course, you've got the payload capacity to suit, and this caravan does. But you know what? If you did want to use it for your portable fridge, I reckon the guys at Royal Flair would be able to fit you an Anderson plug pretty easily. Now, because this caravan is rated to 3.5 tonne ATM, it uses the DO35 coupling, which of course we know is rated to 3,500 kilos. We've got yet more space here for jerry cans. You might use those for extra water storage perhaps. The A-frame tap as well is protected. There's all those little things that just add up to make the caravan, that bit more finished, that bit more fit for purpose. There are quite a few changes to the Razor XT for 2025, and these include the addition of BM Pro sway control, Cruisemaster XT TS suspension rated to 3,700 kilos. You've got that toolbox on the front, a mesh stone guard on the A-frame, the box on the chassis for the water pump that I showed you earlier. Inside there's a 23 litre 900 watt NCE flatbed microwave, which is fantastic. You've got that reversing camera, and you've also got provision for Starlink. Oh, and that wood box that I showed you as well, that is also new for 2025. So if you knew anything about Royal Flair, you would agree that they're not a company to rest on their laurels. They're always thinking and always changing and evolving their caravans. And case in point is the material that they've put on the caravan in place of, your traditional black checker plate. It's actually a blue scope aluminium that's been powder coated. And look at the etching, the laser cut etching for the names of the caravans. I think that looks fantastic. It really gives it that serious, purposeful off-road look. And of course, we are seeing more and more off-road manufacturers offering that little bit of aesthetic appeal. And it's also worth briefly talking about how they build their caravans. The chassis is the full, 6-inch Raptor-coated RHS steel. The walls of the caravan are actually an 18mm ply, one piece, all CNC cut, with channels routed out of the ply for your electrical wires and that sort of thing. And then what they do is they clad the ply with the composite aluminium. That's Dibond. It all adds up to a very, very strong, very rigid caravan. So that's a quick look at what this 17-foot 6-inch Razor XT offers on the outside of the van. So we'll step inside, but look, just before we do, this entry step, that's also new for 2025. It's black, and it also offers these built-in LED strip lights. Look, another thing worth pointing out, and I feel like I'm constantly saying that with this caravan, Royal Flair is now offering a premium 24/7 roadside assistance for 12 months when you buy the van, and they've also upped their warranty from 3 to 5 years. So look, let's go inside. I always like the way Royal Flair do their interiors. The fit out is always good quality.